I just recorded like 4 or 5 vertical videos for social. But if your gut is telling you it's not worth it long term, it's okay to let it go. And I was like, maybe I should just record a YouTube video, because like you want to be consistent, but you need to record to be consistent, you know? Yeah. Hey there, my name is Danielle. I am the designer and founder of the brand Zuri and Dre. Welcome to the channel where we talk about behind the scenes of running a plushie business. So what's new? First few seconds, let's talk about what's new. I have pre-orders going for my new dolls. So these are the 3 new dolls here. I'll show you guys right now. So these dolls are going to be available in August, and I'm doing pre-orders now at a discounted rate until March 30th. So they're $7 off each, or I do have a bundle price if you want to buy all 3. So this video is about why I'm not doing as many markets this year. So just for a little bit of history, I started this business technically according to the government in 2019, but the business itself and stuff that in relation to the business, getting samples, the coloring books that led to the dolls, etc., that all started in 2017. All that to say, the business itself has been running for a few years now, but I've only done markets for the past, I'd say, 1.5 years, maybe 1 year and 3/4. So I'm still relatively new to the market world, and I'm cutting back. Yeah. Is it the economy? Probably. Am I tired? 100%. So why am I cutting back? Reason number 1, it's unsustainable long term, especially when I want to bring in more products, more plushies, etc. Last year, I did a couple markets, some in Toronto, some in Ottawa, as well as here in Montreal. Overall, did I get my money back for the majority of them? No, actually I didn't. Could it be the economy? Maybe. Could it be just like the markets that I chose specifically just weren't my cup of tea for the brand that I have? Probably. But I did get some good points out of it. Like I got to hang out with family in the different cities I was in, so that was great. But overall, last year kind of opened my eyes as to what I want to do for this year in 2024 and going forward. So I'm cutting back because A, your girl's tired. Okay, so I have plushies that aren't small. So for instance, this is one of my newest dolls. This is Amara. This is Zuri. She's the OG. The brand is literally named after her. And they're not small. Like if I got a measuring tape out, like this is 10 inches. She's a little under 10 inches, right? And like thickness, she's a little thick. She's a thick girl. We love her. We love that. So imagine having to bring maybe 15, 20, 30 of these dolls, right? And I currently have Zuri, I have Dre, I have Kai, and I have Amara. And ideally, once these pre-orders are done, I'll have Yara, Serena, and Erica. So the idea of having to bring all this stuff with me for every market has become unreasonable and not sustainable. So the biggest thing and the biggest reason as to why is just because I can't keep bringing all these things. Now, do I have smaller things that I offer in my business? 100%. I have keychains, I have greeting cards, I have coloring books. I have things that are smaller and easier to carry and bring with me, but they're not my best sellers. People are coming to me for the most part for the plushies. And yes, they'll get add-ons here and there, or maybe people that they want to buy for are too old, so they'll maybe get like a pin or a keychain for themselves. But that's not the majority of my sales. The majority of my sales are coming from the plushies. So the idea of having to bring all of that with me every time, it's not sustainable. So the biggest reason why I'm not going to be doing as many markets this year is just for the fact that it's not sustainable for me alone to be able to bring all this stuff. Could I get someone to help me? Possibly, but at the moment I can't afford to have someone work for me at these markets. Second reason why I'm cutting back on markets is because a lot of the markets that are available that I've had access to just weren't my target audience. Like, yes, it was great to be able to be in downtown Toronto for one of the markets, but the people who were coming into that specific market were like a younger crowd. They were like in their early 20s, not necessarily buying for themselves or buying for a niece or a nephew because they're still pretty young. But I just need to be more mindful in what I decide to attend, and not just attend things to attend things because I can. Like sometimes it's okay to say no and not put your effort and time into something that just doesn't make sense for your brand. So I need to be more mindful of that going forward. Number 3. So the third reason why I'm not doing as many markets this year is because, which technically this is like a 1B because it's tied to the fact that I'm tired and it's unsustainable. But 3 is going to be because I'm going to be putting the money that I would normally associate with markets and vendor events to ads. So let's say if a market or a vendor fee, give or take, for the most part on average, they're about like $150 to $200 on average, right? Some are more, some are less. So that money that I put into that I would maybe get if it's like a 1-day event, let's say I make $300 or $400 from that event, and then you take away the fees, of course, right? So like maybe I'm making $200, just the financial aspect of it, not even talking about the physical fatigue of it all, but in the financial aspect of it, if I were to put that same money I'd put into a market and put it into ads, I can either make the same amount in that 1 day or double or triple or quadruple that. And then now if we add in the fact that I'm physically putting my effort and time into this, and I know I'm not talking about paying myself, but the idea and the effort to bring all the stuff, plan all the things, bring the stuff there, set up, having to communicate with people. Yes, it is great to be able to talk to people in person because you are an online brand, so that's definitely a great experience. But having to do so much of that throughout the year, it might not be necessary if I can make my sales from ads. So number 4, I'm being more realistic with where I see myself and where I see the brand going in the future. So we're about 5 years in, and I'm realizing I want the brand to be majority online, surprisingly enough. While I say that, I will have retailers who do have a physical brick and mortar store carry my products, which I have in the past, and I hopefully continue to do that in the future. But for me, myself, I think I'm going to be mainly online. Like, I don't see myself as being a brand that's only at markets or only in retail. I see myself as like majority online, some in retail, and then maybe you'll see me here and there for markets. So I needed to realize what my top goal is for the brand and where I see myself going in the future. And unfortunately, markets aren't part of that. So that's number 4. So yeah, being a small business, it's fun, enjoyable, terrifying, exciting, scary, all the things. But when you figure out what makes the most sense for you, it's so liberating. And I don't feel bad now when I see a market or an opportunity or an application. I'm like, oh, normally I'd be like, I need to apply. And I'm like, no, it's okay. You don't need to apply to all of them. Now, I will be doing a few this year. There is one specific one that I'm really looking forward to, and they normally have them at premium outlets where you have your premium outlet like mall, and then on the outside you have like tables of vendors. So I'm really looking forward to those because that's really family orientated. People go there on the weekends with their family, shop, etc. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never done that before, so that's definitely something I want to do. There's an event within the Black community that just makes sense for me to be a part of, which I've been a part of now for the past 2 years, and it's always gone well. So that's another one I want to go to. And then maybe I'll do 1 or 2 in the winter, kind of holiday season time. But for the most part, I don't see myself doing more than 5 this whole year. And it's so freeing. It's so less stressful. It's so exciting. So yeah, let me know if you're contemplating something specific in your brand that you feel like you should do, but part of your gut or all of your gut feels like, no, don't do it. If so, if you're willing to share, let me know down below. But if your gut is telling you it's not worth it long term, it's okay to let it go, you know? Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys later. Bye.